And Bananjay sir told beautifully that we remember 20-point programs for various reasons. There's another 20-point program Lord Krishna gave. If we can remember those 20 points, that will be good for our personality development. We're thankful to you, sir, for the wonderful introduction. And we start with the first one, presentation by Shri Raja Ramboji. Over to you, sir.
ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು. And we have among us the truly great achiever and a simple person, Rajendra Singh ji, and we are very proud to have him with us. I am more comfortable speaking in English. Please bear with me. Before I start off, I should say that I may be one of those lucky persons who, in a way, I consider myself as a graduate of a school like Purnapramati, in the sense that my parents, the way they gave me my first 5 years before I went to school, actually parents, mother, they are your first teachers, that is the first school that a soul grows up. I never heard a harsh word in the house. It was a beautiful home. I never experienced a harsh word in my life that way. Every child, if the child can grow with that kind of love and tolerance, and then when I started learning, the two things what my father gave me were Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranama. And he only told me that keep them with you and you keep on studying. So I started reading quite young in age, didn't understand a bit of it. But I keep studying even today because I still try to understand. The impact of this is what I am today. Now I am going to describe to you in a nutshell my thoughts which came in my mind after very forceful efforts by Srinivas and Venugopal. I was very reluctant to come because I was very scared to speak here, because seeing the names I was not very confident. Any technical seminars international I addressed without any problems, but this is a thing which is a little more sensitive and very hard for me, because I am actually digging deep into my mind and my soul and try to convey things which I am not able to convey to my best of satisfaction, but I am going to do my best. But because every human can only do his best. I can't become another perfect man like someone else. I mean, I can't be. So please bear with me if I am not able to communicate properly whatever I am thinking, and if I am miscommunicated, please excuse me, and never hesitate after the presentation is over to put whatever is the question. I will try to answer my best, and I will learn in the process. For a long years, I always believed that any development activity is generally viewed in terms of physical terms of shelters, transportation, clothing, health care, sanitation, food, leisure activities, entertainment. These are all they define the lifestyle of a society, and we call some societies as developed or undeveloped purely based on some of the indices based on these physical terms. Then they develop the supporting industries to meeting these needs, converting physical resources into useful products and services. And our society has developed on different models where there is a price for cost to manufacture these products and services made available, and then the pricing is done to allow some levels of profits. So you may call it as capitalism or a socialism or whatever is the method. Finally, the models end up in converting the physical resources into useful products and services for the society. Now there is a link here, learning process. The entire process of development industry is actually driven by human cognitive skills. Actually there is a what is a want, what is your need. The problem is what we need and what we want and what are the attitudes. These are all question marks. These are all learned or driven by the way you learn yourself, study. The learning is important by the society. How? By transferring their knowledge, cumulative knowledge. And this learning actually conditions your mind, cognitive skills, attitudes, and definitions. And there are some leaders who will emerge in this. Who is a leader? There is a critical mass. Everybody wants to be leader, all right. But there should be a critical mass of followers to make one person a leader. He must have something different in him, some quality, courage, some quality to tread a new path, something to meet the demands of various people. How does the learning influence? When the society imparts learning, when it increases consumption focused on more and more material gains, accordingly the development of people and industry also go hand in hand. That means consumption, material gains is the main goal. Such unbridled demand, without any reins, you go on demanding things. I want more of this, more of that. Instead of needs, your wants increase. So instead of only developing whatever you need, you start meeting what you want, which has got no limits. With the result, it hurts the natural resources and it ultimately hurts the planet itself. And I believe we are doing it. And then greed drives the society, because greed takes over, because pricing is there, people want to make money, material growth. So the greed drives the society to the exclusion of ultimately even caring for others. We stop caring for next human being because we are so concentrated on improving it oneself materially. Then what is sustainability? The natural resources are essential for us to sustain ourselves. Now the question is, at what rate? At what rate you want to consume the natural resource? There is nothing like not consuming a natural resource. If the rate of consumption is kept within a rate of regeneration of the natural resource, then it is sustainable. I believe that that is what we should aim at. Now, one cannot say we should not develop. The development, of course, strains the resources, but we should find the balance. And I don't say that misery is the way to live. We should all live happily. I mean, happiness should be the goal of everybody, but we should define what is happiness. At the same time, misery is not the goal. By denying yourself what you need is not the goal of a human being. Then what is the perception of what is the development needs to be? What is our development? What we need? This is a perception actually. There is a partly perception management is involved in this, and this needs to be collected through learning. Now here comes, I think, the integrated learning, a balanced approach to development, disallowing distortions in perceptions of development. So this is what I am trying to look at the way that we should learn. Then what exactly we mean by integrated? There are two extremes, of course. Many speakers earlier said pure materialistic growth, pure knowledge seeker. Both do not exist in such pure form, because without knowledge, material growth cannot occur, and without material support, the knowledge seeker cannot exist. And how our ancient balanced? Nothing new for us to really reinvent. Prevailing perceptions in society must restore the knowledge to the highest pedestal, not the accumulator of material wealth driven by greed only. Easier said than done. Today professors are not honored, teachers are not honored, whereas my own personal experience, when I went as an inventor without any money, I don't have any money power, as a young man in Vienna, the way those people honored me was really next to the president, presidents was given, I mean the head of the country presidents was given, and the seats reserved for the next to the president were given to me wherever I went. And I was a young man, I was not exposed to that kind of treatment in any other place. The way they give respect to a person whom they think they have got the knowledge, I mean, really it is remarkable that immediately motivate. It's a different kind of society. Now, knowledge has to be restored, and abuse of learning process. Now, another problem is we learn, then we abuse the knowledge. We manipulate perceptions to serve the greedy, has to be blocked. You see, we get a IBM MBA degree, then we go and do second derivatives, third derivatives, and create a lot of intelligent products in the market. And really convert a Ponzi schemes, which are before somebody knows, you pack up with all the money in your pocket. And they have made other people rich. This is the kind of abuse of learning taking place today. And these are all the gold medalists who are doing these things. And of course, abuses happen in every age. It's not that today it is happening. Please do not blame yourself. These kind of abuses have happened in every age. Chaos and turmoil always occurred in society as a way of sometimes self-correction, of course. There is always a self-correction. A time comes when you suddenly say, oh, this is enough, now we should change. Here comes the leadership. See, the leadership is the one which enters when such chaotic situations occur, and a few small group of people, like who started the Purnapramati, it requires a different kind of courage and boldness to now let us stop whatever is happening, let us think anew where we are going. And whenever a direction is lost or becomes hazy, it is the leader with better cognitive development skills who sees the path ahead and guides. And here how the leaders and integrated learning get related. We have to groom leadership, critical skills, thorough knowledge of the human accumulated skills over the ages, and the understanding of key drivers, full understanding of industry needs and working, and interplay of various degrees of demand on resources. So the capacity to tread new paths to meet new demands of humans with progressively reducing eco footprint. Now I want to say, where do you want to go? We should meet demands of humans. Not that I don't say that we should not make ourselves comfortable. But at every step you want to introduce a technology or a new thing, we should reduce the eco footprint. That means we should reduce our demand on the natural resources. There should be some kind of accepted goal and norm in the society. When blinding greed for material gain is reined in, the knowledge gained will be put to developing industry to sustain and nurture both humans and nature. See, this is my point which I have been speaking in the Indian Engineering Congress also in 2004. What is the point in calling yourself engineer if you want to construct another building at 3 times the cost to give the same comfort? Maybe put a little more glass into that. That's not engineering. You are actually hurting the nature.